What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Surviving in Alabama. Today, I'm gonna go over how to store ammunition long term. There's two ways that I'm gonna show you. This will help you store your ammunition safely, neatly, and for a very, very, very long time. Oh, by the way, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, like it, share it, subscribe it. Let's go. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to Pinball. Pinball Preparedness recommended me, which I was totally humbled that I'm actually amazed that any of y'all watch me, period. But I do really try to put out good information, and I try to put out relevant and pertinent information, and sometimes I try to make it a little humorous. I do have I have a practical joker streak in me, so sometimes I do try to put some humor in what I do. But everything that I do, I'm actually doing it for y'all because I would like to leave the information that was given to me. I'm passing it on because I can only give what I have received. So I'm just trying to pass that along to y'all and make it relevant for y'all and make it interesting. Okay. So, I can only tell you what I do. So, a big thanks to Pinball out there, Pinball, I watch him on the regular. I can't watch all his videos. I do my best, but I can't. Let me tell you what, that dude, he puts out some content. I mean, he does 2, 3, sometimes 4 videos a day. Wow. I mean, he's really working it hard. And he's somebody that I actually respect and value his opinion. That's why I watch him. So, Pinball, if you see this, thank you so much. I hope I do not disappoint you or your followers. Okay, let's get to it. All right, so the 2 ways that I'm going to talk about is probably not something that you would normally see. In fact, I have not seen this. If somebody else out there is doing it, I just don't know about it. Okay, you know what a food saver is? A food saver is where you have these plastic bags and you vacuum seal your food to put it in the freezer, or if it's a dry good, you put it on your shelf and it will suck all the air out and it will make your food last a long time. So I actually do that for my food, but I do it for ammo, and let me show you. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is a food saver. You can get those pretty much anywhere. If you don't have one of these for your food, you should get one. I use this every year, a couple of times a year. I put all kinds of dry goods in it. I vacuum sealed sugar. You don't have to vacuum seal salt, but pasta and all kinds of things like that. And so it works very good for vacuum sealing meat to put in the freezer. It makes it last a long time. Okay, let me show you what I got. Okay, I have, not really going to say how many boxes I have, but this is a box. These are small, really cheap field boxes that you can put pretty much anything in. I actually have it labeled. This is for 30-30 ammunition. And let's see. You see this vacuum seal bag right here? So, of course, this is not a lot of ammunition. It's not. But you can store them for very, very, very long time. You put your boxes in it and run it through the food saver, and it will suck it tight like that. And I actually don't know how long it will last, but I can tell you this. For those of you who have ever been around the military, you see these boxes, an ammo can. When you crack the seal, what that's doing is letting air in. You hear it whoosh, like that when you crack that seal. So they have been airtight for I don't even know how many years. So I've actually seen ammunition that was in some kind of vacuum sealed can that was from like World War II. And you pull it out and it's totally fine. So, I mean, would it last 100 years, 200 years, 300? I don't know. But I can tell you this, it will last a very, very long time. So I vacuum seal them up, and to keep them from being punctured, I stick them in here and close the case up, and then I'll label it what it is. So you can store it on your shelf or however neatly that you need to store it, because so it'll be out of the way and it's neat and organized. Here's the number 2 way that I'm storing ammunition. So I'm actually going to turn this camera around and I'm going to show you what a Mylar bag is. Now, if you have not used Mylar bags, they work great. I actually store a lot of like grits and cornmeal and coffee and all kind of like flour and stuff like that. I use many Mylar bags to store, and it will last for, I think cornmeal is actually in a Mylar bag with oxygen sensor is actually good for something like 15 years. So that's a long time and that's a good way to preserve your food for whatever emergency may come, because a lot of people are not going to be able to store that kind of stuff because it gets moist, it goes damp, it'll mold, weevils will get in it, whatever. So I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you another way of storing ammo. Now, this right here is what's called a Mylar bag. I got this from a company called Wise Dry. I actually bought it on Amazon, but this is who makes it. And so it comes in a kit, and you can get all different kinds of sizes. I like these 1 gallon sizes better. And it comes with these oxygen absorbers. What you do is you put whatever it is you're going to put inside the Mylar bag. You drop in an oxygen absorber or 2, depending on what it is. So to do this method is very simple. You just take your Mylar bag, you take whatever kind of ammunition or food for that matter, whatever kind of ammunition you're going to store, which this is nitro turkey, and you're going to take your bag, you're going to put the ammo inside the bag, and then you're going to take, I'm actually going to seal this, I'm just going to demonstrate, probably take 2 oxygen absorbers and stick them inside the bag. Just a tip, when you get these oxygen absorbers, if you don't use, when you open this package and you don't use them all, put them inside of a glass jar and shut the seal tight, because it will continue to absorb oxygen around it and it will become ineffective. So once you crack this seal, you have to either use them or put them in that glass jar and seal it tight. So just a tip. So I'm going to take them and put them in here. Then I'm going to squeeze all the air out of it you can. So you squeeze it out like so. And then you take a straightening iron. This is just a women's straightening iron. And when it's hot and you squeeze all the air out, you just take it like this and you squeeze this like this, and you just kind of rub it down that way, and it'll actually seal off the Mylar bag. It'll make it melt to itself, and it will become airtight, and it will last a very, very long time. After that, make sure to label it, because inside that Mylar bag, you can't see what's in there. So make sure to take a Sharpie, write on it what it is, maybe even put a date on it. But with ammo, I have not put dates on it because it's going to last longer than I'm going to live. So I'm not worried about it. Thanks again for coming along. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Those were 2 ways that I store ammunition, and I don't know actually anybody else who's doing this other than myself. So if somebody else is doing this and if you do this, leave a comment down below. I would like to just know, because I just kind of dreamed it up on my own, and usually when I do that, somebody's probably already done it anyway. But I was like, hey, if it's good enough for food, it's definitely good enough for my ammunition. So thank you again, Pinball, for recommending me. I really appreciate it. I'm totally humbled. I will see y'all next time. God bless.